Nobody warned the sun. It was just rising, doing what it had always done, warm and golden and enormous above the mountains. When a baby looked up at it, tilted his tiny head and thought, "That is the biggest mango I have ever seen in my life." He was not joking. He was not pretending. With his whole heart, his whole hungry little heart, he believed it. And before anyone in the universe could say a single word, he leaped straight up into the sky toward the sun. A baby, alone, and absolutely certain he was about to have the best breakfast of his life. His name was Hanuman, and in about 4 minutes, every god in the universe was going to panic. But before we get to the panic, let us go back to the beginning of this particular morning, to a nest in an old tree, a baby, fast asleep and completely innocent of everything he was about to do. The morning had no idea what it was about to become. In a forest so old that the trees had forgotten how young they once were. And high up in one of those ancient trees, tucked between 2 strong branches, wrapped in soft leaves and warm moss, a baby opened his eyes. His eyes were very big, very bright, and very, very awake. He had a small, round face, tiny little hands, and the most wonderful, fluffy tail curling behind him. He yawned, the biggest yawn you have ever seen on something so small. His whole tiny face scrunched up, and he stretched his arms out wide. His mother, Anjana, was still sleeping nearby, her breathing slow and soft and peaceful. Baby Hanuman stood up in his little nest, wobbling just a tiny bit, his tail curling up for balance. And then he looked up. Up through the leaves, up through the branches, up at the sky above. And there, just rising above the trees at the edge of the horizon, glowing the most beautiful warm orange colour, was the sun. Baby Hanuman stared at it. His big eyes went even bigger. His little mouth opened slowly, because to Baby Hanuman, that was the most enormous, most perfectly ripe, most absolutely delicious-looking mango he had ever seen. And Baby Hanuman was very, very hungry. Now here is the thing about Baby Hanuman. Even as a baby, he was not ordinary. His father was Vayu, the god of wind itself. And some of that wind lived inside Baby Hanuman, ready to carry him wherever he wanted to go. He did not know this yet. He just knew that sometimes, when he really, really wanted something, his feet left the ground. And right now, he really wanted that mango. He crouched down in his little nest, tail curling with excitement, face scrunching up in concentration. And then he jumped. Not a little jump. Not the jump of an ordinary baby monkey. A jump that took him shooting straight up, through the leaves, through the branches, through the very top of the forest canopy, and out into the open sky above. He burst out above the treetops with a little surprised yelp. And there below him, the whole forest stretched in every direction. A sea of green, going on and on to the horizon. And above him, getting closer and closer, that enormous glowing orange mango. Baby Hanuman laughed, the happiest, most delighted laugh, pure joy. He reached his little arms out toward the sun. He was going to get that mango. He was absolutely, completely certain of it. He flew higher and higher. The air got warmer. Baby Hanuman's nose twitched. He squinted his big eyes. Something smelled a little different about this mango. And he kept going, which is when things got very interesting. Up in the heavens, in the shining golden halls where the gods live, something had just gone very wrong. Indra, the king of gods, lord of thunder and lightning and rain, the most powerful being in all the heavens, was eating his breakfast, peacefully, when one of his helpers rushed in, out of breath, eyes wide, looking like he very much did not want to say what he was about to say. "Sir," said the helper. Indra did not look up. "Sir, I am eating," said Indra. "Yes, sir. I know, sir. It's just..." "What?" The helper took a very deep breath. "A baby monkey is trying to eat the sun." Indra put down his breakfast very slowly. He turned around very slowly. "I beg your pardon?" "A baby monkey, sir, flying straight at the sun, going to eat it. Seems very confident about it." Indra walked to the window of his golden palace and looked down. And sure enough, there was Baby Hanuman. Tiny, determined, absolutely certain. Arms stretched out, getting closer and closer to the enormous blazing sun, with the most confident expression on his small face that Indra had ever seen on anything in his entire immortal life. Indra stared for a long moment. "How," said Indra quietly, "is a baby flying?" "We don't know, sir." "And why does it think the sun is food?" "We really don't know, sir." Indra picked up his thunderbolt. "Stop him," he said, gently. The helper looked relieved. "Yes, sir. And sir..." "What?" "Should we maybe also warn the sun?" Indra looked at him. "Just stop the baby." He threw the thunderbolt. It travelled through the sky like a streak of bright light. And it tapped Baby Hanuman, gently but firmly. Baby Hanuman blinked. He looked very surprised. And then, very slowly, he began to fall. Down and down, back through the warm sky, back through the soft clouds, back toward the green forest far below. Now, put the laughter down for a moment, because here is where the story gets very, very quiet and very, very real. Because Vayu, the wind god, the father of Hanuman, saw everything that just happened. He saw his tiny son falling from the sky, and his heart broke completely. Vayu caught Baby Hanuman before he could reach the ground, cradled him gently in his arms, and carried him into a deep, peaceful cave to keep him safe. And then Vayu did something that shook the entire universe. He stopped. All the wind, in the whole world stopped, just like that. And when wind stops, really stops, everywhere at once, the world cannot breathe. The trees went completely still. Not a single leaf moved anywhere. The oceans went flat and perfectly smooth. Every bird stopped flying. The clouds stopped moving across the sky. Every living thing began to feel it. A strange, uncomfortable stillness, like the whole world was holding its breath and could not let it out. The gods noticed immediately. Something was very wrong. One by one, the gods came. Brahma came first, the creator of all things, riding on his great white swan, his 4 faces calm and wise and kind. He flew down to the cave where Vayu sat holding Baby Hanuman, and he looked at the little one carefully. Baby Hanuman was perfectly fine, just sleeping peacefully, completely unaware of the chaos he had caused. Brahma smiled a small, gentle smile. He reached out and placed one hand very softly on Baby Hanuman's tiny head and gave him a blessing, a gift of protection, a promise that nothing in all the worlds would ever truly harm him. Then Indra came. He felt terrible about what he had done. He knelt down in front of Vayu and said sorry with great sincerity. Then he turned to the sleeping baby and gave him a blessing too, a gift of strength. His jaw, said Indra gently, is as strong as a mountain. Let him be called Hanuman. From that moment, the baby had his name. Then the other gods came, one by one, each one bringing a gift. The god of the sun gave Hanuman the ability to learn anything, to understand all knowledge in the world. The god of water gave him safety near every river and ocean. The god of fire gave him protection from all flames. And one by one, each gift settled over the sleeping baby, like the softest, warmest blanket you can imagine. And then something happened that nobody had planned, nobody had arranged, nobody had asked for. One of the smaller gods, whose name history has not remembered, stepped forward very quietly and placed one tiny flower on Baby Hanuman's chest. Just a flower, no power in it, no blessing, no ancient magic, just a flower. Because he thought the baby looked like someone who deserved a flower. And somehow, that small, quiet, unplanned thing was the most beautiful moment of all. Finally, Vayu looked around at all these gods, all this love gathered around his small son. He took one long, slow breath, and the wind began to move again. Softly at first, just a whisper through the trees outside the cave. Then stronger. Then all around the world, a warm, living breeze moving through every leaf, every blade of grass, every wave on every ocean. The world breathed again, and Baby Hanuman opened his eyes. He looked up at his father. He looked at all the gods watching him with warm, smiling faces. He looked at the small flower resting on his chest. He reached up his tiny hand and touched his father's face and smiled. The most beautiful, innocent, happy smile. And that is the story of Baby Hanuman and the sun. The little baby who thought the sun was a mango, who made the whole universe panic, who was given more gifts and blessings than any being in all the worlds. and who smiled through all of it, happy and warm and completely loved. This little baby will grow up to become the greatest, bravest, most loving hero in all of Indian mythology. He will leap across oceans. He will move mountains. He will show the whole world what it looks like to love someone completely, without asking for anything in return. But that is a story for another night. Next time, a young Hanuman will meet his teacher and discover that the greatest power in the universe is not strength, not speed, not the ability to leap across oceans. It is this: knowing when to be still. That story is coming. If you would like to hear it, stay close. For now, wherever you are, take one slow breath in and let it out. You are warm. You are safe. You are loved. Just like baby Hanuman.